Fallout 4 is a game where you are supposed to use a variety of different weapons to beat the game, and these weapons just get more and more powerful as you progress. So, how difficult would it be if you were to only use the first gun that is presented to you in the game, the 10mm pistol? Can you beat Fallout 4 with only a 10mm pistol? I started off the game by making my character and calling him Pistol Pete, because it makes sense, and also because I know ball. I then went straight to the vault with a mod, because I'm not sitting through the intro another time. I then picked up the 10mm, ran through the vault, and got into the wasteland. Then talked with my boy Codsworth, scrapped all of Sanctuary, and then spammed a ton of shells for XP. First things first, it is very possible to beat the game with just a 10mm pistol, as people are crazy and have beaten this game with unmodded pipe pistols and just their fists. The question should be, how easy is Fallout 4 with just a 10mm, and how overpowered can I make this weapon? So here are the rules. I will only be using the 10mm pistol, and I can use weapon mods to get as powerful as I can get, and I can also use throwable grenades just for convenience if I really need to, but I won't abuse it. Alright, after gaining a few levels, I ran to help the Minutemen, and then grabbed the power armor to kill the Deathclaw. I then picked up the minigun, and then immediately dropped it. I then went to kill the Deathclaw and ran into my first problem. I had no ammo to kill this thing. After dying multiple times, I adopted a new strategy. Run away into random buildings to find ammo, and then I found some in some random sewer, and then went back up and shot it some more, and then used some grenades to finish it off. After killing the Deathclaw, I went in and talked to Preston, and then began to make my journey to Diamond City. And on the way, I killed some raiders and a few super mutants. I then went onto Instagram while Piper talked, and then ran right past her to the vendors to buy more ammo. I then forgot to go to the detective agency because I got distracted by weapon modding, where I went back to Sanctuary and duplicated items to make me overpowered. I did say the goal is to see how overpowered I could get, and it's my video, so I don't care that I'm duping. After getting the materials I needed, I then modded two different pistols. One which was focused on range and damage, and the other one which was focused on rate of fire. The goal being was to have two pistols, and so I could be as flexible as I could with range and damage. I then went on to save Nick Valentine, blasted the Triggerman, and then popped Jet and Psycho, and then put a million bullets into Skinny Malone's face with my new automatic 10mm. After that, I went back to Diamond City to search Kellogg's house and paid 150 cap to get the key. One of the best things about this run is that I can sell all my ammo that's not 10mm, meaning I'm always good on caps. I then followed Dogmeat to Kellogg's location and killed a few things on the way there. I then destroyed all of the synths to get to Kellogg, and sadly, I couldn't just walk in and blast Kellogg with a mini nuke during the run through. So instead I just pulled a Skinny Malone, popped all the Jet and Psycho in the world, and poured ammo into his skull. After that, I saw the Brotherhood of Steel arrive, and spoiler alert, I did not bother talking to them once this entire playthrough. I then went into Kellogg's brain in Good Neighbor, and then just sprinted through the entire thing. I then found out I needed to find Virgil in the Glowing Sea, and before that I went up to Power Armor to avoid the radiation, and I found some locked behind this gate. I then went into the Glowing Sea and found a cult of hillbillies worshipping cancer, and then I went over to Virgil. I then tried to see how far out of the map I could go out of curiosity, and ended up giving up after I realized that I'm an idiot and I was going the wrong way the entire time. After learning about an Institute Courser I would need to kill, I went back to Sanctuary, where I would spend about an hour getting distracted with building a fancy settlement instead of actually doing the main quest. I am siding with the Minutemen this playthrough, so this settlement building did accomplish something. I then pulled a pretty cheesy move where I made an ammo factory and then duplicated thousands of lead and fertilizer in order to make 10mm ammo. I went AFK for no joke 8 hours to get a ton of ammo for the rest of this playthrough. What did I do for 8 hours, maybe asking? Maybe do something productive like homework or go work? No, I watched the entire Fallout TV show in one sitting. After getting enough ammo to kill every man, woman, and child in this wasteland twice over, I wanted to go hunt the Courser down. In this building, I would gun down all of the gunners, and then only die a few times to some missile launchers and me not paying attention until I got to the Courser. Once I got to the Courser, I did what I'm now calling the skinny strat, where I down Jet and Psycho and let loose. There was one problem with this strategy now. Synths are just 10mm sponges. This strat did not even get him to half health, and I would end up dying a few times until I finally killed him. I then found the railroad so I could decode the Courser trip, and then was once again saddened by the fact I could not just launch a mini nuke at them and decode it myself. And because I duped so many items, I was immediately able to build a teleporter into the Institute. After I talked to my long lost son, I went to help Virgil out and get his serum, but not without getting melted by an Assaultron. After that, I went back to my son, and then made up for the years of beatings that he never got. After I escaped the Institute, I went back to Sanctuary to begin everyone's favorite part of helping the Minutemen.
Yes! I got word of a settlement that needs our help. We can use all the support we can get. I'll mark it on your map.
You can't keep getting away with it!
I'm just going to skip past all the settlements because it's tedious and annoying, but I eventually unlocked the castle though, and then had to kill the Mirror Queen. While I was finishing up some settlements, I ran into some Enclave Hellfire troopers and decided I wanted their armor. They had other plans though, and they decided to melt my health far away in a millisecond, over and over. I tried using some flares to get the Minutemen, but apparently those flares do nothing, because even after firing about 6 of them, nobody ever came. But eventually my strategy of running in circles and shooting back sporadically worked and I killed them. Once I unlocked the castle, I went into its armory and then prepared defenses for a synth invasion we were about to face. The invasion took forever, because there were about 1 million synths, and like I said before, they are all just 10mm sponges, especially the 30 coursers they had. After the battle, the Minutemen finally decided that the Institute needs to be dealt with, so we hatched a plan to take them out. I then made my way through the sewers once again to find the Institute, and once I made it through, I let all of the Minutemen through the teleporter. We then shot our way through the back levels of the Institute, dealing with hordes of synths and a sentry bot. I then made it into the bioscience area, where I shot a few harmless scientists, and also some synth gorillas. After the synth gorillas, we had more hordes of synths outside the bioscience area, and after that, I had to get to my son's terminal to unlock some doors. When I got to the terminal, I found Sean doing some questionable things, but I was able to get the joy of shooting him again. After opening the door, we had to, you guessed it, shoot more synths, and also a few scientists that were trying to hide. After that war crime, we went to the reactor area, where we shot even more synths, and then put a bomb onto the reactor, and then teleported out. After I got out, I pressed the button to destroy the Institute, and can now say, I beat Fallout 4 only using the 10mm pistol. And it wasn't that hard. FYI, difficulty was set to very hard. And then after the Institute blew up, Fallout 4 did what it's best at, and crashed. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, as I've got like 2 subs, and it's bad in these trenches. If this video can get an insane amount of traction at all, then I'll consider doing another challenge. I'll do something stupid, like only using a pipe to beat Fallout. And thanks for watching.